here I know I'll be crucified for it. But you guys get away with it was because of how I felt. You know, as a woman, I live with my heart.
But also men get away with that. What are you saying?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Hang on, let's do a sense check. Mose, can you, like, if say you're for example you're fighting with your significant other, and then they say, you know, they ask you why did you do that, and you say that's just how I felt. Do you think that will fly with them?
You see, but if a lady was to do that, it will fly. Because you see, you're expected. Even for guys, there's always an expectation how you are, how you're supposed to be, how you act. What's on your game? But you see, you've said it like you said it was different for us. You brought the difference, not me. I'm just singing your song.
Reacting and maybe acting in that specific situation. For example, if it's in a heated argument, or where you need to learn when to exert yourself and when you need to maybe withdraw yourself from a situation that needs you to maybe analyze a bit more. I think for women it's very different, at least in my case, because I find myself feeling a lot more and reacting a lot faster. So but then nakaa chini najiuliza, why am I so angry? Why did this situation trigger me? But it's not as off the bat as you say. You were very keen to separate feelings and logic, and for me they all inform one or the other.
Your feelings are logical. Or your logic?
I feel like I think my feelings dictate
As you
my
continue,
logic.
as you continue,
it's so bad. I
and-
lead with my heart. That's
Sometimes when a woman comes to my guy and flirts with him, okay, I will judge from his reaction, but ile tu there's somebody coming and thinking my man is fine enough, that's a turn on.
I feel like this is a conversation we should create an entire show for.
Yeah.
A live show.
Yeah. Could it be?
Mwisho wa mwezi.
Ewe wacha.
Who knows?
Tulisema November.
November
Yeah.
ama December.
One of those months. The sherehe month.
Situache watu watuambie. Mnataka live show, mtuambie ka tuanza kupanga.
Hi guys, welcome back. More to follow as usual. With me is
Owen?
Sultan Yusuf.
Corey, Judy.
was this the episode we were supposed to?
No.
Okay. Sorry guys. Diverse. Anyway, on this
What
episode,
are we doing?
don't worry.
Hey.
So,
I have a would you rather question before you get into
yeah, I was
the-
actually going to say, no, I'm giving it to Owen to continue because this is not my thing.
So, to you guys, would you rather have smelly feet or a bad breath?
Why not between good things? Like, ask me if I want cupcakes or
You'd take
Cake.
both. That's why it's good.
smelly feet or
A bad breath.
Smelly cat, smelly cat. What are they feeding you?
Uh-huh.
Smelly feet.
smelly feet.
You?
I'd rather be dead.
Hey,
I was going for
That's
that.
not an option.
I was going for that.
That's
Don't
not
be
an
that
option.
way. Like
Why would
me,
I ever
Owen.
want to have smelly breath or smelly feet? Like, I can barely be around people with both situations.
Nah, let me tell you, you have smelly feet, but you never take your shoes off. Ever.
just cook in your shoes.
You know, by the way, my biggest ick is usually feet. So even if my feet are the ones that stink, I can't stand them. I'll chop them off. So let me just be dead.
Instead of dying, you could amputate your feet and wear prosthetics. And then even those start smelling.
Those are smelling.
And then they smell like rust and oil.
There's no hope for you there.
Yeah. So, death. We move.
Gun to the head, bullet to the head. So, in our previous episode, guys,
When do you msema episode?
sorry?
When do you msema episode?
Yeah.
Give or take.
Okay. Sultan Yusuf alifanya nini?
Ah,
Tulisema tunafanya revision.
Alisema kuna kitu inakuja na wazungu.
I don't think I can
What was
remember
that
this one
face?
properly. But you spoke about what was he doing? I know he's a guy from the coast.
Yeah, he's a guy from the coast. Goes without saying.
No, unaweza pata Sultan Yusuf ako somewhere huko bana in
Western.
Mwingi,
Western
Yeah.
Western wanakuanga na nini?
Busia, you know,
Na
some-
Waislamu wengi kwanza.
yeah. So I can't remember. I remember, I can remember. I have a vision of you, or the visual of you telling us about it, but I can't remember properly what
I
you
want to
said.
know. So Sultan Yusuf is the one who assisted the anaitwa Sheikh ama ni nani of Oman to conquer the Portuguese. So he was one of the guys who yeah.
Mobilize the fight.
Alikuwa anaitwa Yusuf and then akaitwa Sultan because he was a sultan. Yeah.
Wait, so he mobilized the fight or
Sort
something?
of. He tricked them.
He won the war.
Wakawaambush, wakawapiga, watu wa Portuguese wakatoka.
Good job.
Wakacha
Yeah.
Vasco da Gama.
Owen.
Continue.
Okay, Fairs. So in the last episode, we had a run on what the mandem or the brethren brothers thought about emotional maturity and their takes on it, and we had such a swirl. So we just realized that we never got the honeys with the brownies to tell us what they think. So
Owen, what the hell does that even mean?
I have no idea. It sounded good in
I
the
don't
moment.
know.
I just the spur of the moment. My intrusive thoughts won. So yes, I was specific as you clearly wanted. So to Konene and Corey, Corey Konene has thrown you under the bus. She's very good at that in the podcast.
I've seen
Look at how you were supporting her the other day. Eh? See,
But we're still besties.
I love her still.
define emotional maturity
This
for
is
us.
the table.
Eh.
Yes.
The tables have turned.
I'm kind of what
He's technically just done. That's exactly what he's done. So yeah, emotional maturity. You give us what emotional maturity is for you. Tell us what you want to say about it. Like, wacha nionge. This is your time.
Let's talk about emotional maturity. In the previous episode, you kept talking about, for you guys, it's I don't know, reacting and maybe acting in that specific situation. For example, if it's in a heated argument, or where you need to learn when to exert yourself and when you need to maybe withdraw yourself from a situation that needs you to maybe analyze a bit more. I think for women, it's very different, at least in my case, because I find myself feeling a lot more and reacting a lot faster. So by then, nakaa chini najiuliza, why am I so angry? Why did this situation trigger me? But it's not as off the bat as you say. You were very keen to separate feelings and logic, and for me, they all inform one or the other.
Your feelings are logical. Or your
I feel like I think my feelings dictate
As you
my
continue,
logic.
you
Wallahi,
as you continue,
it's so bad. I
and-
lead with my heart. That's
and
how
sorry
it
to
is.
interrupt. I think she just brought out something where you see feelings and then react faster from a lady point of view, and then as we're more trying
You
to be
think,
notes,
and then
I think it's because we handle the consequences more. Like men can't just do things.
What does that even mean?
In that, many a times, and you guys get away with it, and here I know I'll be crucified for it, but you guys get away with it was because of how I felt. You know, as a woman, I live with my heart.
But also men get away with that. What are you saying?
Nah,
Yeah.
hang on. Let's do a sense check. Mose, can you, like, if say you're for example you're fighting with your significant other, and then they say, you know, they ask you why did you do that, and you say that's just how I felt. Do you think that will fly with them?
you see, but if a lady was to do that, it will fly. Because see, you're expected. Even for guys, there's always an expectation how you are, how you're supposed to be, how you act. What's
Oh,
on your
no. I don't understand you so bad.
But you see, you've said it like you said it was different for us. You brought the difference, not me. I'm just singing your song.
Because I saw it.
Just
I
singing your
remember
song.
Maramingi, that's how I felt. And I was like, okay, fine. It's better than being told I don't know why I did that.
Okay, that's fair. So you see, I don't think I've ever had that experience. Like,
But that's just bad and worse.
What is better in this case?
ooh, taking
What did you
accountability.
think?
Yeah.
Taking accountability.
I don't have time to think when I'm reacting. Like it's
No, that's fine. Na ndio tunakuanga na mechanisms, to understand our significant others and our sisters and our mothers.
Because it takes a while. We're always expected to understand or take it in or persevere or, receive.
So do we.
From guys. That's BS, Conan. That's BS. That's BS. Because
your husband drinks a lot. You're taking it in. You
no,
understand.
I'm not.
Your
you're looking at
husband
it from a
is
different point of view. You're looking at it from understanding in its entirety, and I agree. You guys will always understand. But I'm talking about if your husband comes home acting in a particular funny kind of way, there's no, you understand, like, hey, bruv.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, exactly. But you do that every single day. You'll come, feel the scent of perfume. Probably I hugged Konene today. I'm going home to Kori. She feels or smells Konene's perfume. All of a sudden, there's things are going fly, and I have no idea what is going on.
That was a very long hug for my perfume to have lingered on you.
See, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on the wrong thing.
Let's simplify it. Leo umeniambia niweke kijiko kwa sink. Alright? Then, naeka kijiko kwa sink, naekelea sahani juu. Then utanijamia nimeweka kijiko kwa sink, juu nimeweka sahani juu.
Yeah. For you, it's a lack of order point. I can't be angry and just act the same way. Look at the times. If I was you start saying,
To be honest, yes.
Thank you.
Imagine having a man who's
Thank
reacting
you.
almost in the same way I do to things.
I'd be happier.
Wallahi.
Yeah.
This is your
I
trauma
think-
speaking.
I think this is when I told you guys, I like when we are having a fight. Let's
It's
have
like
the
ba- ba-
fight
ba- ba-
now.
days
We
over.
finish it. We go to bed angry. We wake up tomorrow, cuddle, eat pancakes, do everything. But, I need space. I go 3, 4, 1. Hey, 1 month later, I've already learned how to live without you. Why are you coming back?
Konene, that's different. That's a fight, and that's how you're solving conflict. We're talking about how many times I let your mood slide, how many times I have no idea what the hell is going on, how many times you've reacted in a manner that shouldn't have been the case. Yeah, roles reversed.
And that's why now the emotional maturity comes to play.
Let me simplify
So
it.
we've already gone full circle.
Umeenda date, okay? And because you have fine taste, your boyfriend doesn't look the way he wants. He can be put on a Colgate advertisement. Then the waitress, she's feeling particularly raunchy that day.
Raunchy, yeah.
So akuja apitie, and it's like, hi, what will you have today? Utareact aje?
Si hiyo ni kazi yake.
Una-
Hapana. He's such my guy.
Hey.
So for me, I won't judge it from. I won't be mad because she did that. It's the reaction
Exactly.
from the guy that will make me feel either empowered or.
What
So
is the
imagine
worst?
he reacts.
Now, before
Akirudi, okay, nishike.
before
Hey,
before you even get to the reaction,
And because
Please.
he feels that way, would you be
No.
okay with that?
no, even before.
Aha, there.
Now let me
my
bring,
presence there makes you
let me
want
bring
to.
what I was trying to flip it over. That's that, yeah. Now, same. Raphael comes to talk, or a guy comes to talk to the babe. Any reaction I have, would I be deemed insecure?
Okay, me, I have so much response, and I'm always like different. from all
Sema,
the
sema
girlies.
tusikie.
Sometimes when a woman comes to my guy and flirts with him, okay, I will judge from his reaction, but ile tu there's somebody coming and thinking my man is fine enough, that's a turn on.
Now, that's good. You see,
Yeah.
you put logic. That I understand. Like you're better than most, both men and women, because
Yeah.
we're similar in that regard. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
the only person who's seeing this. I understand.
Yeah.
So
And
But
that's
if you
normal
if you cause a hissy fit, would he
ikianza-
feel some type of way?
hata wakiongea na yeye it's fine,
No,
but
but if you were to
ikianza
cause a hissy fit,
uh-huh.
wouldn't that be classified as just normal behavior? It's like you just being protective and stuff like that.
No. I think I'll even be called out for that.
No, on his part.
I don't think you.
Or generally, even just guys. Tufanye sense check up. Tell me.
Oh, Mungu Baba. In that situation, I
Let-
know
let
I'd be
him
that.
finish.
I'd be that nigga.
You'll
cause
throw.
like a hissy
You'll
fit.
have a
Yes.
hissy fit. Now imagine the roles were reversed, and he's the one who's throwing a hissy fit.
how would you?
Would-
That's what I
how
was trying
would
to
that
say.
make you feel?
Aki.
Sam, mnadai.
You'd be like, oh, my
No,
man is
me?
insecure.
No,
he can't handle having
Well,
a people.
No.
He can't handle a bad bitch.
Yeah, bad bitch. He can.
I'm not a bad bitch, tuanze hapo. Secondly, me
Mbona venye umevaa hapa?
excited. Wacha kushout. It's the only, by the way, this is the first time these guys are seeing me in a dress in this pod for the last 2 years.
This is the first time I'm seeing you in a dress, period.
It's your day.
Na tumejuana
After
sijui
Leo.
ni-
I have seen you in a dress, I
Sini
think.
boys
Wapi?
I have seen her in a
Si
dress.
kwa picha.
in real life.
Where else would I be seeing? I know I'm a dreamer
See,
like
they
that,
have
but
their own jokes.
No, it's okay.
Sawa.
Mulienda CJ's bila mimi. Nimecatch your drift.
you weren't there. We invited you, weren't able to make it.
Who knows this?
Make your point, by the
The
way.
day for
No,
Alliance.
she was the one who's making
You
her
see,
point.
she's throwing a hissy fit. If we were the ones who are doing it, we'll be labeled as petty, we'll be labeled as
Ningeku-
XYZ
Hey,
and things
But
like
you
this.
told Joy you were.
Me, I'm petty. That's fine.
There we go.
But you've
Emotionally
already,
mature.
like, you've already made my point for me. That's what I was trying to case. That's the difference. So back to emotional maturity. Sorry.
What I was trying to drive at is, I think for women it could be a bit different as to how men would take it or have it.
Okay.
I take time to process things.
Okay.
And in that situation, there are times I've thrown that hissy fit because I'm like, I don't understand why would you be encouraging it? Irrespective of whether it happens, I would always be looking at the guy and how he responds to it. If his first instance is not to either reassure me I'm a block of further nini chile, I'm like, what are we doing? Hata wanaenda kuongea kando, wanaenda kuongea nini?
2 statements. Continue. two statements. I'll come
And
back to
that
that.
will-
Wanaenda kando kuongea story ya cake. Juu sasa tunataka
Keki
kumsurprise.
gani?
Tunataka kumsurprise.
Keki gani?
Eh.
Mbona huwezi
Si
ni
cel-
surprise
no,
na
see, I'm
mwanaume?
celebrating
Una
you.
surprise na babe kwa nini?
No, see, I'm celebrating you. She's the
Kwani
waitress
mimi
at the
nafanyanga
bloody
kazi
restaurant,
CJ's?
love.
Kuna wanaume CJs. Tafadhali ongea na
So are you
mwanaume.
now you see this is the emotional maturity we're talking about. So I need to go
I'm
look
just-
home.
I'm just being petty, sorry, but it's okay. Continue.
But that used to signal to me that there's an issue between the both of us. Because if I'm not secure enough in the person, then for sure problem iko hapa, si hata na msichana mwingine, because that will always happen. So even for women, we react a lot faster than I think I would like to. And unfortunate for us, I envy what it is like to be a guy because
So
PMS is a thing. And
Okay.
it happens, when it does happen, I don't think we also know, at least for me before, I was not aware when it was happening. So I would react to things a lot more, I would become moody. I can't tell why, but my mood has shifted and I can't do
Okay.
anything about it. And it happens, when it happens, mwenye itangukia pole kwake, but itakufikia tu.
Okay.
And then
And
by
then
days when I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry
The
that
period
happened.
comes and you're like, oh, I knew I was not a weak bitch, you know.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't
and
want
I
to-
would come back, maybe apologize, and like, I'm sorry, this and this happened. I don't want to blame my PMS, but
Okay.
I don't know what consideration can be given because I know guys hate it when we blame it on our
PMS, yeah.
but it
You see,
does influence one way or the other.
And agreed.
I can't help.
I wasn't willing to go there with the hormonal differences from a man and a woman, but since now you've gone, I was being very.
Amefungwa mlango.
Hey,
I wasn't willing to
promoted.
go there, but like you see, in the cases of understanding, you see now that one requires for men to understand how women are wired.
Yes.
That's slightly a bit different, and that's a huge conversation where whatever you most probably most of the things that you will say, I'll take. Because now all the guns are at me. Everyone is looking at me. So yeah, that's
Lived
that's
experience.
That's slightly different.
That sounds a lot like recognition.
Exactly. So you need to be present in those situations. You said something where you react faster and then think later. Well, okay, fine. The hormonal changes. I think that's what happens when you're pissed, right? To sum it all up. Okay, I can't tell. I'd like to ask, is it happening every single day or all the time?
No, every other month.
Every other month?
Every week, I think something just changes in
Okay.
your body. It's just
So-
every week.
Because I'm trying to remove the hormonal changes out of it, because now then that means that we'll base everything on that, and there's nothing I can say about
Becomes
that.
a
But
moving
no, the
target.
problem
Yeah, I
is,
can't say
the
about
problem
it, yeah.
is you can't remove it because again, women are emotional
And
beings,
I agree.
and our hormones
And I agree.
work with our emotions.
And that's the thing. I mean, I'm just saying, emotional beings, yes, and owing to what emotional maturity is, it's also realizing, because you see, I don't know what it lives to. I don't know what life is to be in the body of a woman, but that's all you know.
Yeah.
So how even you handle yourself, and I'll bring this. Take men and women out. Take babes with babes. You see, if you are an emotionally mature babe, how you're dealing with other babes should be that much better. Take men out of the equation.
Now that comes now to the answer I have.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I don't know if I'm emotional mature. I don't think I am, but I know what works for me is I love receiving guidance. You get? So I might,
So emotionally mature.
Yeah, that it is.
but sometimes it will work. But sometimes if I am
You don't
like,
action on the guidance.
I will tip over. You know, there's sometimes I'll tip over. But most of the times, probably I'll hurt you today. We have this argument. I go home, I'm like, this baby is just, she's a catfish. She's everything. I hate her. And then later,
I hate you.
we have a discussion, probably
Who's
even the
this
next
guy?
day.
Who's this guy? None knew you.
We have a discussion and you tell me, this is the aspects of the arguments that you did not understand. This is where I'm coming from. And then I tell you, okay, then me, I interpreted it this way. So that's where the disconnect was. And now we can have now later, if we ever have an argument again, I know even what boundaries not to cross. Because those arguments will never miss, especially people like us who have long-term best friends and shit like that.
Okay.
There are things I know not to cross with her. There are things she knows not to cross with me. And even when we fight, we know not to take too long before we actually come and talk about that situation. Because yes, you want to talk about it when you're calm, but then when you're calm, some things will be forgotten.
That's true.
And then later, when you're having an argument, that thing now will pop up, and then itakuwa kama ile situation ya men ya, why are you bringing this again in the future? Because back
Or why are you
then,
using
we
something
never
against
talked
me?
about it. So I didn't have the avenue to tell you how I felt about it or how it affected me at that moment. So later uko like, oh babe, kila time atatu venye mi ulewa, but atujeke chini nimwambie, ukilewa, this is what happens, this is what happens, this is how I feel. Maybe I need to be reassured that way, that yes, it's not like it's bad for you to lewa, but remember, this babe at home is feeling this some type of way. Maybe regulate, reduce, or don't come home drunk. Simple as
See.
that.
And emotional maturity infers that you communicate that, hormones or not. Like, you see, aside from that, like when you have, you see, what I was trying to showcase is you said you fall off the cliff a lot, yeah? It's not perfection. When you realize that, do you now come and bring it up again? Now that's those are the so those questions. It's different. Like if you remember, I said it's different for everyone. It's different for RJ and I. It's different from you and Connor. But when you have that understanding, do you own up to it? Like, do you? It's like demand more of yourself. Similarly, like, are you questioning yourself? Are you introspecting? Are you asking more of yourself? So the recognition and the balance. So you need to balance out that adverse reaction that you brought out.
There's an element that I feel like we've not discussed.
Ooh.
But there's not even enough time to discuss this, because I feel like this will be like an episode on its own sometime in the future. I was thinking about conflicts. Guys, the turnaround time it takes for them to, I guess, figure out the conflict, forgive one another, and move on. And babes,
That's true.
how many months it takes. I didn't talk to her for like 6 months, and then they come back together and stuff like that. But then now that also brought me into a second realm of that. When it comes time to let go, do you have the maturity to actually let go?
Damn.
Because more often than not, and I think female friendships, not to generalize, but just to make like a general statement, female friendships tend to suffer from transitions.
Ooh.
If you guys were boys from high school, nini, we upate bwana, we upate job majuu, kutakuwa na ka transition hapo. And if you guys don't click, then inakuanga separation, and then inaishia tu hapo. And also, to some degree, also with guys, it happened, I guess, to a reduced scale, because you come back and be like, this is the same homie we used to play football with, we play football again and become boys again. But I think the reconnection there would be a bit more difficult. So the recognition of when to let go, I think that's something that is not talked about enough. It's you're like, here, this one has run its course. Our lives are moving differently. She has a husband now, and she brings that husband to girls' night, and it's inappropriate and things like those ones. And
I think for us, I think we had this discussion before, and I called it out on even our parents. When we women were being brought up, we weren't brought up as we need to be each other's friends. It was we're in a competition with each other. And that's where we went from. Because now is when, with the new generation, you guys are teaching us how to build friendships out of genuinity. And it's not, because we are on a husband, me in a husband, I'll feel some type of way.
and then start
And
being
later
jealous,
we'll have discussions
start
with other
advising,
friends, and I'm like,
"Mwate."
dem anakanga tu akiongea tu bwanake kwani sisi hatutaipata mabwana, you get, because we were
Damn.
taught we're in competition with each other, and then we were taught to please men. So removing yourself from such a spectrum and defining yourself, and also for society to accept who you are, becomes a bit of the tedious task.
And that in its essence is emotional maturity.
Yes. Nenda full circle. Nani alikuwa na nini ndio tumalize on that note bwana. Hiyo imekuwa moto.
I feel like this is a conversation we should create an entire show for.
Yeah.
A live show.
Yeah. Could it be?
Mwisho wa mwezi.
Ewe wacha.
Who knows?
Tulisema November.
November ama December.
One of those months. The sherehe month.
Situache watu watuambie. Mnataka live show, mtuambie tuanza kupanga. Yeah. Anyway, adios. Bye bye.